Hello, I am John Cramer, the director of the Oconomowoc Arts Center, and it is my pleasure to participate in the Oconomowoc Chamber Orchestra's presentation of the 2024 Chatfield Award. With us today are Jason Curtis, the Oconomowoc High School principal, and two OCO ambassadors, Mark Reyner and Jeffrey Pierce, and also the OCO director, Roberta Carpenter. Hello, Roberta.
Hi, John. Good to see you.
How are you today?
I'm good. I'm
good.
So happy to be here. It's nice always to be on this campus, the Oconomowoc Arts Center campus, and we have a special tribute to make to somebody who's done so much for our community.
Matt shares his time and talent and energy with a local church congregation as a sound engineer every week. He recently made a great contribution to Oconomowoc Chamber Orchestra by recording our latest concert, An Evening of Classic and Sacred Music. Matt brought his own equipment to our venue, recorded the live concert, and then mixed and mastered these recordings, more than an hour's worth of music, in his studio in Oconomowoc. So not only was that a great gift to the OCO, but also to those thousands of people around the world who can enjoy these recordings, watching and listening to them, streaming on the internet. So we can think of no person more deserving of the OCO 2024 Chatfield Award than Matt Spransy.
And so the Chatfield instruments are a reminder of Oconomowoc's rich tradition in the music and how we prioritize the arts in our community. So on behalf of the OCO, the OAC, the Oconomowoc Area School District, and our entire community, Matt, congratulations on being this year's recipient.
Thank you. I graduated from Oconomowoc High School, and I got asked almost immediately. I got a phone call and got asked to join a rock musical in London, and I was floored, and of course I said yes, and I went and did that for a while, and I met my fabulous wife, who's from Sweden. She's a singer and a dancer in that thing. But Oconomowoc's just always been my home, and we found ourselves back here after that. Then I got asked to join another band on the West Coast, and I did that for 5-6 years. We were a contemporary Christian rock band called Servant. We sold about 500,000 records and toured around with flame tubes and lasers and stuff like that. And, but landed back in Oconomowoc again. And I thought, well, all of that's over now, and I'm going to raise my kids. And but I just couldn't stop making music, so my kids actually formed a band and asked me to produce them. And I thought, well, this is a good, this is my version of going to the basketball game to watch my kids, right?
Yeah.
So did that for them, and they immediately got signed to a national label. And I immediately got a whole bunch of people asking me to produce them. So I started buying equipment, much to my wife's chagrin for a while, but started doing that, and it grew into the studio that I have in my attic. And I've been doing that now for about 25 years. And I've done about 30 CDs or records, whatever they are these days. Some of them for national acts, most of them just local. In my neighborhood, I kept asking my neighbors to stop mowing the lawn so I could get a good take. And I thought I better make some friends rather than just asking them to just annoying them. So we had a little get-together with my other neighbor, who was a local musician named Keith Pulvermacher, who has since won several Whammy awards. He pulled some musicians together, and we just had a little get-together on my porch for my neighbors. And that first concert, the guest singer has gone on to win a Grammy. So the talent level was extraordinary right from the beginning. my neighbors just kept telling their friends, and it is what it is now, 14 years later. So I think it's the largest house concert in the world, I think. So nobody keeps track of that stuff, but I've never found anything bigger. So that's kind of the story.
So Matt, we're here, and we just had a chance to do some editing work in the audio editing studio. We're at a place that Matt's done enormous amount of work and worked with so many different types of people. Today, right? And
Yeah.
you see some doors behind you. There's a recording studio back there. And today we were working on a piece for the Oconomowoc Chamber Orchestra. It was the Exodus recording that we were doing some audio editing work. And so, first off, Matt, thank you, because this is a scene of many editing sessions for us.
Many.
Many, yes, like 8 months, and
Yeah.
we're at our usual time. 10:30 on Wednesdays was our time, and we're here, that's when we started today. And so I thought it would be nice, Matt, you have so many pieces of history and stories to tell around your studio. And so we'll look forward to taking a mini tour in a second, but we're here at your computer and this digital equipment. You want to tell us the nature? So as people bring things into you, what do you do for them?
Well, with this kind of project, I mean, like you say, there's been so many different kinds of things that I work on and do. You know, mostly I work with bands and singer-songwriters, and I do full arrangements and pull in other musicians to play a lot of the instruments myself. And this one, this is a one-and-done live capture, right? We went to the church where you did the performance at, and I set up as many mics as I could in order to capture the performance and have lots of flexibility later in mixing all of those tracks together to make it sound good. And in doing that, there's a lot of tools that I can bring to bear to make it sound tonally consistent and sound nice on typical stereo speakers, things like that. And even to overcome perhaps some biffs or mistakes that happen in a live performance. You get that many musicians together with playing that much material, you're going to have biffs. So I can do things like fix the pitch of things, fix note durations, fix entrances and exits, fix tonalities, volumes, all of those things. Add a little reverb to richen things up.
There was a cough and flu we recorded in November of 23, and we had different species of coughs and hacks, right? Yes.
Species, yeah. So I've got a tool set that enables me to actually remove a cough from the middle of a performance without affecting the rest of the tonality or performance. So yeah, I wanted to do it because I had never done a live recording of a chamber orchestra before, so I'm always interested in stretching and trying something new, and this was definitely a stretch.
And Matt, you know, I'll tell you, but it's been interesting because it's as much of an adventure and discovery session for Matt with strings. Matt works so much with vocals, and just to hear or to understand what somebody else hears in the sound has been just really a joy and interesting to see and do. We have some pictures of the types of things that you'd see on the screen when Matt and I were working here. Matt was doing most of the work, actually. So you'll see those on the screen now of that. But I thought, Matt, there are things around his studio here that we want to show you, but before we do that, would you like to tell us a little bit about what you do with your concert series? You have two that you run here in Oconomowoc, and maybe a little bit about your concert series.
Sure. Well, it all started with just me inviting some neighbors over to hear other neighbors at the time who were award-winning musicians play. Just a little neighborhood party, but the talent level is so incredibly high. I mean, the guest singer at that very first one which there were maybe 25 people in attendance. She has gone on to win a Grammy. So it was so much fun, we just decided to do it again and again and again, and then we decided to start passing the hat so that it could be sustainable. And now we get 600 to 800 people at that one. And then because that one was getting sort of too big to handle, I asked Bob Magnus, the mayor, if the city would be interested in having one in Fowler Park. And he jumped right on top of that one and said, yes, of course. So we've been doing that one for about 4 years, and same quality of music, a lot of the same musicians. Although at the park I tend to book fuller bands, but sometimes it's just an acoustic player and a cello player. And we've been averaging about 1,000 people per show there. And we've had American Idol winners and Grammy winners there as well. So it's all original music. And I try to keep it really interesting, try and mix it up, have lots of different kinds of bands. I've got some things in mind for the next season coming up, so we'll see what material. I had a really wonderful opportunity right out of high school. Went to school in Oconomowoc, this is my hometown. I got invited to join a rock musical in London. This is 1973, I think it was. It's where I met my wife. And that's this funky old LP here. So that was quite an adventure, and because of that, it sort of planted a seed in me that I really like to do in this kind of thing. So I joined a band later called Servant. It was a contemporary Christian rock band. These are all the LPs from Servant. We were pretty popular in the 80s, kind of a big hair band. Lots of hair dye and poofy hair. And we toured all over the US and Canada and Europe, sold about 500,000 records, had lasers and flame tubes and all that stuff.
Is that the story behind this? On the top of your speaker, you have this.
My rocket ship?
Your rocket ship. No, that's completely different.
Just to keep things interesting. Once I settled back into Oconomowoc, I started to get asked by local artists, including my children who formed a band, to produce them. So I, mortgaged my house and bought equipment. And it's paid for itself now, but a little bit of risk there at the beginning. And the first band I produced got signed to a national label, and ever since then there's been a line of artists at my door that want me to work with them, which is great. I don't advertise at all, and I just work out of my house with artists I want to work with. So it's a nice hobby, quote unquote. I produced probably, I don't know, 40 full-length CDs out of the studio here. A couple of film soundtracks, and some of the stuff has had national exposure. Mostly it's just local artists, but one of the artists was on Prairie Home Companion a couple of times. Some of these are very old, some of them are very new, and these days you don't actually make CDs anymore, but I still have a few artifacts from those days. So.
You do. Now behind you, you have a GMA award. Want to tell us about that?
Oh yeah, this is a little hard to see, but this is a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Canadian Gospel Music Association. You want me to, how about right in front of here? There you can read it.
See?
Yeah, from the Canadian Gospel Music Association. Why is it from the Canadian one? Because all the people in my band, except for me, were Canadians. So Canada recognized us, the US never did, but whatever.
Excellent.
But yeah, there's that, and then there's the Chatfield Award, which I got from the Oconomowoc Chamber Orchestra for the last 9 months of struggle, I guess, and the other things I do in the community. So that's pretty cool. I like that. And then of course my fake gold record. Some friends of mine who I produced made a fake gold record for me. So these are posters of the concert series in Fowler Park, Twilight Concerts at Fowler Park it's called. There's a website and a Facebook page, so look them up. I've had American Idol winner Lee DeWise, and the cello player who plays with him is world famous. His name's Dave Agar. He plays with Taylor Swift and you know, Beyonce, little acts like that. And they love playing Oconomowoc, believe it or not. That's the great thing about the great audience Oconomowoc has been for these guys. And oh, this guy over here, Philip Michael Scales, B.B. King's nephew, Jen Bostic. She's had #1 hit in England. Josh Caterer, he's was in a band called the Smoking Popes, which were really popular in the 90s. And Jason Eskridge, who he plays with, or rather sings with, like Lyle Lovett, Johnny Lang, and a lot of country stars. Plus a lot of artists that just aren't really that well known, but they're really, really good. And some of them are becoming very well known as well. So that's been a great experience, and it's been really fun to bring this great music to Oconomowoc.
So Matt, we're here. This is a mini tour. We are so appreciative. The OCO is indebted for a beautiful recording, but just getting to know you and understanding what you do up here and sharing it with our community. You've reached out so many times. Our board was unanimous to have you be a Chatfield Award recipient. And so thank you for all, and
You're very
congrats. And here's to a wonderful season and year and many more years of wonderful music coming your way.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You bet.